Hi guys! Today let's talk about such an interesting subject as exact numbers, statistics about marriages of Ukrainian ladies with foreign men. Subscribe us not to miss important things. Ukrainian women are increasingly married to foreigners. Over the past 10 years, the number of mixed marriages in the country has doubled. In 2008, every 30th marriage was concluded with a foreigner, but in 2017, every 15th. At present, the number of Ukrainian women exceeds the number of Ukrainian men by 14%. As of 2016, there were 19 million males and 22 females in Ukraine. Thus, 14 out of 100 ladies have almost no chances to find a life partner because simply there are not enough men. In recent years, Ukraine has become a popular place for foreigners to find life companions. According to statistics, the desire to find their love with Ukrainian women is most often found by men from Spain, Israel, the United States, Turkey and Germany. Only from Israel, more than 300 men go to Ukraine annually in search of Ukrainian brides. Today, in Israel, there are dozens of agencies specializing in organizing wedding tours in Ukraine, in particular in Odessa and Kherson, where most of the Ukrainian wives of Israeli men come from. According to the Ministry of Justice data, almost 19,000 marriages with foreigners were registered in Ukraine over the past 4 years. Most often, they are residents of Donetsk and Kharkov regions, as well as Kiev, and for incomplete 4 months of the year, the amount of the marriages is 850 already. Why Ukrainian women are looking for a husband overseas? Trying to escape from poverty, instability and war, the Ukrainian women are increasingly married to foreigners as one of the reasons. Over the past 10 years, the share of mixed marriages in the country has doubled. In general, the number of marriages in Ukraine over the past 10 years has decreased. However, the number of marriages between Ukrainian ladies and foreigners is growing. In 2008, 11,400 mixed weddings were registered in Ukraine, and in 2017 the number increased up to 15,500. The bride's preferences for the countries of groom's origin also changed. If 10 years ago the big part of potential partners were immigrants from the CIS, more than 60%, now the representatives of countries of Europe and Asia came to the forefront. Most of all, Ukrainian beauty attracts Asians. Almost 40% of them are the future husbands of Ukrainian brides. European men compose only 31%, and then come men from Africa, America and Australia. The popularity of overseas husbands among Ukrainian women is confirmed by marriages agencies. According to their calculations, the number of marriages with foreigners has doubled in the past 5 years, and the number of appeals from Ukrainian women to international matchmaking services has increased at least 5-fold. 10 years ago, mostly young girls came to the Ukrainian marriage agency looking for a husband abroad, but now women of 35 to 50 years old are actively looking for husbands. Do Ukrainian women choose a husband or a country? The desire of women to marry a foreigner is understandable. They think that in another country they will be happier than at home. First reason. The standards of living in other countries are much better, and men do not abuse alcohol and respect women. Maybe that is true, but there are times when Ukrainian wives ran away from their princes back home. But many Ukrainian girls are lucky to meet an attentive, educated and caring foreigner as their future husband. In 2017, there were registered 782 marriages between the Poles and Ukrainian women. Sociologists observed this phenomenon when Poland's accession to the European Union. The number of marriages between the Poles and Germans, Italians and Greeks increased. It's noted that the marriages of Poles with Ukrainians are much stronger than the marriages of Poles with foreigners from Great Britain or Germany. The most popular men among Ukrainian ladies are Germans and Italians. Ukrainian women also like the French and Scandinavians. By the age of 40, Women become calmer and prefer men from quiet countries, and young, emotional women prefer the same men as they are, bright and emotional men from warm countries. Many Germans are interested in Ukrainian girls. Usually, the thoughts about a Slavic wife visit them at the age of 45 or 50. Such men seek women 10 or 15 years younger, and one of their most important requirements for a woman is to be healthy and without bad habits. Someone plans that the Ukrainian girl will give birth to their children. Someone wants her to entertain them and take care of them. Everyone has different goals, but all Germans are sure that in any case, by marrying a Ukrainian woman, they save her from a meager lifestyle, and she should be grateful to them for it. And it's not right thoughts. Americans and Europeans are cautious about Ukrainian beauties. Along with the positive image of Ukrainian faithful wife, there is another stereotype of a beautiful predator which only lures money. It turns out that the negative image of Ukrainians is the result of fraudulent schemes. Foreigners spend thousands of dollars to communicate with Ukrainians who do not really exist. To avoid meeting the frauds on the internet and in real life, you have to find international matchmaking services with more than 10 years of experience and positive reviews. But there is one more category of foreigners who want to marry a Ukrainian woman. They have Slavic roots and craving for their homeland is irresistible. They really exist, they are interested in everything that is connected with the homeland of ancestors, history, traditions, but most importantly, Ukrainian beauties. In any case, women's charms are the main trump card. And if a foreigner finds a woman with the help of Ukraine marriage agency and falls in love with a Ukrainian woman, for real, his main goal will be the one to make you happy. Join us to get even more useful pieces of advice. Subscribe our channel, visit our website, and let's communicate more. See you soon!